think everybody in there is proud of our team for bouncing back the way they did and just being resilient, showing up to work, and putting together a really good game, almost a complete game. Obviously, we penalized ourselves there at the end for them to score, but got some performances by a ton of guys. Obviously, Jakari got the start. Did a lot of good things. Jalen Knight ran really, really hard. Credit to the offensive line, down 3 or 4 starters and rushed the ball well. Allowed 1 sack. And obviously, Cam Kitchens, I think he's had his career record, if I'm not mistaken.
Please forgive the technical difficulties over in Atlanta for that, by the way. This is Mario's post-game presser after 35-14 yesterday. See if we can hear Mario, and then I'll give you my thoughts as soon as it's over.
Process, but we need this team coming in that they do a really good job knocking the ball out. If you watch his high school tape, he does a good job throwing it, does a good job running it, he runs it with power, and has great ball security, always has. So, did a real nice job.
Mario, is it possible that you might start to come right?
Well, when you perform that well, that's always going to be the first question. I'm sure you guys have had that one loaded and ready to fire out tonight. So, obviously, he's a really, really good player. So, he's learned a lot.
The physicality up front on the run game for you guys, just from the start, that'd be nice to see.
So, you got a lot of new starters up, right? You've got, you mentioned it, 3 or 4 offensive linemen that are new, right? We missed Elijah Arroyo, man. I mean, that guy's a really, really good football player. And, freshman quarterback on the road is going to be necessary to protect him, to get the ground game going, and part of the offensive line. And really the coaching staff putting together a game plan that allowed us to be successful and execute it really well.
How much did you play on we've got a lot more defense than James Tyler.
Right. Well, you see, when you watch film, you'll see the difference. Game plan, right? I won't get into all the stuff that's in there, right? We still got to prepare for future. But he does a lot and throws the ball really, really well. I think some of the throws that came out wrong were probably being a little bit nervous. So this is good to get a road game underneath his belt, make it a victory, and now improve from here. Awesome job. And the best part about him is that, he has a lot of pride. And he fumbled, right? Earlier this season, everybody's all over, play this. No, let him earn it back. And he did. And he did it by spending a ton of time on ball security, running harder, understanding protection better. I don't think people realize how well he protected tonight as well. They brought corner fire, they brought Mike fire, they brought nickel fire, and he picked them all up, I believe, on the touchdown as well. So just really fired up about Rooster in the way we affectionately call him the Rooster, right? About how he played tonight, but more importantly, how he approached adversity. Because that's what our team needs to keep going. We've got to face this, our circumstances and adversity. We've got to face it and come out and just punch right back. He's unfazed. Yeah, he's unfazed. I mean, if you, again, take some time to watch his high school film. It was the same demeanor tonight. He's commanding presence, doesn't get fazed. Is physical, right? Made some really good throws. Thought that time he threw in the first half on the 3rd down, it really sparked big throw as well. So he did a great job taking in the game plan, practicing well throughout the course of the week along with the other guys. And so he came out tonight and he showed it 7 for 12 on 3rd down, putting ourselves in good, manageable 3rd down situations certainly helped too. He's improving. He's improving, getting better and better. He's on track to come back to be able to play. You guys love those medical reports for him.
Cam Kitchens, tonight.
3 interceptions.
One of them 99 yards.
Well, he's trying to score on the onside kick too now. You got the appetite for getting in the end zone. So that guy, if you walk into our facility throughout the course of the week, at night, late into the night, he'll be there just watching, studying, bringing in guys with him. He's exactly what you want on your football team. All that stuff pays off, man. People forget he's only a sophomore, okay? He's only a sophomore, but he does a great job. He took a shot to the shoulder, shrugged it off, came right back in. It was an absolute stud.
How they kind of bounced back
it's head faking and BS, and we just do it with reality. We just talk about the facts. We didn't play well last week. We didn't, and we allowed ourselves to get in a hole. And we didn't shake ourselves out of it. Can't do anything about that anymore. Got to wait till next year for that game. What we could do is show up to practice on Tuesday and show up to meetings early and get to work on the things that allow us to get better. And if you sugarcoat that, you're setting yourself up for disaster. So we won't do that. We're developing, we're growing as a football program, we're building, and that's a really nice way to take a step in the right direction by the way the guys responded and played tonight. I wasn't during the game. I thought he was good to go, but apparently, got nicked up early on his ankle, so we went with the other guys. Monster. Lou Hedley's a monster. He is a monster. I don't know if anyone's ever referred to a punter as a monster, but that guy. Well, and then we almost had the other one down at the 1 yard line too that slipped out of our hands. But watch how he does it. It's hard to tell where he's going to put the ball because he could roll both ways. He could kick it right. He could kick it left. He's a directional kicker that could do it stationary or on the run, and he's like a pitching wedge when you're there in that pooch area, where he could put it down there and he does all that. He learned that somewhere. Kabowski's the right one for us.
Big picture-wise, you guys obviously are a little away from the bowl game. The importance of that, do you stress it at all?
We stress every game as being the most important game we play. I think some things that are obvious, you let them take care of themselves a little bit, but I think it's important to note that team was coming off a big victory, and that team was also fighting for victory number 5. And a lot of respect for them and their coaches and their players. Obviously, a lot of them throughout the years haven't recruited those things, but all focus on us just getting better. Today was a really nice step in that direction.
All right, good morning. Take on yesterday's 35-14 win. You heard Mario with all the technical difficulties there. My thoughts on it. Like you said, complete dominance. We did allow the TD on the 99-yard drive late in the half. But second half, we absolutely clamped down. Absolutely, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, wow. We forced 4 turnovers yesterday. Everything that you could see go right in the second half did. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got 2 notices, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, listen, and you look at the numbers yesterday. Jacurri, 3 touchdowns yesterday, no picks, good ball security. When you look at everything, Knighton had 16 Roosters, 16 carries, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. Jacurri nearly had another 100-yard game, 19 for 87. I mean, and remember, we did it without. We were very shorthanded. You heard Coach Crispall say, very shorthanded. To put it in perspective, Georgia Tech's leading rusher was Pyron, their quarterback. I mean, Georgia Tech played 2 quarterbacks, and we picked them off 4 times yesterday. Complete and absolute dominance in the second half. This team, sorry about that. I do apologize for that. Gotta tell you, absolute dominance yesterday in the second half. Played well, did everything we were supposed to do. For that, I'm going to start giving out my report card. Offense, I'm going to give an A minus. We did make some errors there but aside from that, what can you say? Jacurri was absolutely on target yesterday. We did not turn the ball over. I felt we could have gotten better in some areas, but aside from that, Jacurri was absolutely on the money yesterday. Absolutely on the money. Defense, I'm gonna give a B. I could be because of the poor first half. The first half, that touchdown we allowed, the 99-yarder. Second half, absolutely dominant. Absolute dominance in the second half. Forcing 4 turnovers. 3 picks from Kitchens, which I'll get to in a minute. Basically, the defense stepped up yesterday when it had to and got the job done. Special teams, I'm going to give an A. Good effort from Lou. We did an A minus actually because Lou, like you heard Coach say, wish you could have had that other punt that we missed down. But aside from that, um, absolute total control yesterday. We were in complete control yesterday, especially in that second half. We did allow a TD late, but aside from that, everything was on the money yesterday. All three phases, everybody showed up. Now I want to give out my game balls. My first game ball is going to go to Cam Kitchens. 3 interceptions. One, the 99-yarder that really broke Georgia. I really put the exclamation point on the victory yesterday. Absolute dominance yesterday. Cam Kitchens, my first game ball. My second game ball I'm going to give is to Jacurri Brown. 14 to 19, 136 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Had another 19 carries for 87 yards rushing. Absolutely complete control yesterday. And my third game ball I'm going to give to my third game ball to Lou Hedley. We did have one touchback, but 3 punts down inside the 20. What absolutely total control yesterday. Total control. Lou had so those are my 3 game balls for the week. Now, sorry about that again. I apologize for that again. That happens automatically. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to make any illusions going to next week's game against Clemson. Okay? It is going to be a Herculean task to win in Death Valley. Now, I don't expect to win in Death Valley. I do expect to be competitive. I'll talk more about that on Thursday when I drop my next podcast. But to tell you that we're going to win Death Valley, I'd be a fool to say that. Okay. Clemson is a very, very good team, and they've been in these big game situations in the past than we have. So they've been here before. I just want to be competitive. I'm sorry about that. I just want to be competitive. That's all there is to it. I just want to be competitive. Enjoyed us today. We're back to work this week, getting ready to play a very, very good Clemson team, which I'll talk about more on Thursday. Win or lose, go Canes.